in my life. I think my jaw is broken, by the way. Let's go! Bernard, any reaction? Any reaction?
So if you go past five rounds, it's a wrap.
It wasn't a the guy knew so many people, bro. The overhand right. Jake's got a tough chin, dude. I think he does whatever he wants after this. He just has such big balls, dude. He had to keep moving. That was the only strategy. People are gonna say he ran around the ring. They don't know. They don't understand fucking boxing.
You showed a ton of heart, right?
Ton of heart.
Just let me know your thoughts on Jake going 6 rounds with AJ.
You know, the fact that he did that, it was good because you know we didn't think it was going to go 6 rounds. We thought it was going to go 2. So the fact that he made 6 rounds is an accomplishment for Jake Paul.
I mean, I expected Jake to fight the way he fought.
Right.
You know, trying to stay away. You don't know if how long that's gonna last. You know, Joshua has something to say about that. So you don't know, but I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised.
Right. Were you, I don't know, impressed by anything Jake did? Maybe getting, I mean, he took a right hand to heavyweights to take it.
Yo. Don't mind me. Just smoking on that Jake Paul pack. Honestly, Jake Paul, trash. Tommy Fury, trash.
Knocks out Jake Paul in the 6th round. He had multiple knockdowns throughout this fight. A little bit of a weird, scrappy fight. Even the referee had to pause the fight in about the 4th round and say, listen, the fans didn't come to pay for this crap. And Joshua handles Jake the business, the 2-time heavyweight champion of...
What up, brother? What'd you think, brother?
I can't say Jake Paul don't got heart, bro.
Wow, incredible, right? I mean, he kept taking the right hands, the left hooks. What did you think?
You can't say Jake Paul don't got heart, bro.
What's good, bro? You the old guy now? That's crazy. Hey, so what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? The 4 rounds? You've lost every single one of them. You've lost every single round.
Was it a little too long to get done, or?
When you fight someone like that, who moves around a lot, you have to try and pick your moments, pick your shots.
Yeah.
That's what he did. So congratulations to Joshua.
Man, and credit.
Rugby tackling you, but he had to do what he had to do to survive, and he did that. So you know, it's very difficult to go in like, you know, out of the ring for 14 months and just look and just be razor sharp with a guy running. And so yeah, probably 2 or 3 rounds more than expected.
Nah, Jake is tough. He's tough. He's tough. But the first couple shots didn't land clean. The last one landed clean.
Where does Jake go from here?
Like you say, he need a rest. Take some time off. Enjoy the fruits of his labor.
What you want about Jake Paul, but that boy is a real showman. He got some real clean hits off, but I'm not gonna lie, what really got him down bad was the fact that he got gas, bro. That was really it. He got so...
The real jolt wasn't the ending. It was how near total disaster crept in before everything finally unraveled. People swore this would be over in 2 rounds. It wasn't, and that's where it gets dangerous. Stay locked in because the reason flips the entire story. Before a single punch landed, insiders were already making wild calls. What they said sounded ridiculous until reality started proving it piece by piece. One voice claimed Jake Paul would flatten AJ. Another predicted AJ would destroy him completely. And one of those takes collapsed for a reason that feels unsettling once you see it unfold. Tyson Fury ignited everything first, throwing fuel on the fire by declaring Jake Paul would knock Anthony Joshua unconscious. No hesitation, no second thought, even staking a massive bet on it. That moment alone shifted the narrative instantly. That level of certainty wasn't random. Wait until you understand what Fury noticed that everyone else missed. He didn't just support Jake, he dismissed AJ entirely, calling him finished while Paul grows bigger, stronger, and more unpredictable by the day. That wasn't opinion, that was mind games, that was a trap, and AJ heard it all. Then Alexander Usyk sliced through the noise and delivered the coldest statement of the build-up. If Anthony Joshua chooses, he can end this man. Not defeat him, not outclass him, end him. He compared Joshua to a Rolls-Royce and Jake Paul to a Fiat. That wasn't disrespect, it was a warning. One slip changes everything. One clean strike erases futures. That's why fear surrounded this fight. Deontay Wilder didn't just side with Joshua. He suggested the entire setup felt orchestrated. That single idea shook everything underneath it. Size gaps, fame, money, that's how danger gets engineered. Wilder reminded everyone Jake had never faced a true active professional before, only names from the past. Suddenly it wasn't entertainment anymore. It wasn't light-hearted anymore. It was something real pushing back. David Hay went further into the darkness, saying Joshua could inflict lasting, irreversible damage. The kind that lingers long after the money fades. He even called for mercy in the ring. Because if AJ corners Jake, it could end badly in ways no one wants to witness. That's not hype, that's genuine concern. Conor Benn acknowledged Jake's bravery but admitted his first thought was simple. Have medical help ready. Then he hesitated and added, maybe there's a slim chance. That small percentage is what hooks people. That sliver is what sells everything. And that sliver is how history flips unexpectedly. Roy Jones Jr. stripped it down to reality, saying you don't outbox Joshua. You risk everything on one perfect shot. Joshua built this his entire life. Jake didn't. And belief doesn't close that gap. Roy pointed out Jake sees AJ has fallen before. And that idea is dangerous because it makes the impossible feel repeatable. But here's the harsh truth. If Tommy Fury gave you trouble, how do you solve Anthony Joshua? Lennox Lewis kept it simple, calling it straightforward work for AJ. And when legends align, outcomes usually follow. Eddie Hearn admitted no rational fighter declines something like this. Too much money, too much attention, almost no downside for Joshua. He made it clear the goal was a quick knockout because anything longer would raise questions. Going rounds would look bad. Losing would be unthinkable, and even surviving wouldn't crown Jake the victor. And that's the part people avoid saying. Jake Paul didn't win the fight, but he gained something else entirely. And what comes next explains why this moment might reshape boxing. Because this defeat didn't weaken him, it elevated him. That's what has promoters uneasy. He didn't win officially. He captured attention. And attention is the true title. Jake showed you don't need dominance to own the spotlight. You just need to last long enough to create doubt. Those extra rounds exposed something, and that exposure.
I mean, I expected Jake to fight the way he fought.
Right.
You know, trying to stay away. You don't know if how long that's gonna last. You know, Joshua has something to say about that. So you don't know, but I'm not shocked, I'm not surprised.
Right. Were you, impressed by anything Jake did? Maybe he took a right hand to heavyweight.
Exposure is where change begins. Traditionalists hate it, but the metrics don't lie. More viewers, more chaos, more revenue, and suddenly the sport faces a dilemma. It can't ignore it because now others see the formula. You don't have to be superior. You just have to step in without fear. And fearlessness keeps the cameras focused. Here's what isn't being said yet. Jake Paul lost to Anthony Joshua and still walked away more influential than much of the division. That unsettles champions. That unsettles promoters. That unsettles the old system. Behind closed doors, the conversations have already shifted direction. Bigger opponents, higher stakes, larger rewards. Because if Jake can endure AJ, who is truly untouchable now, this is where the sport quietly transforms. Skill steps aside, momentum takes control, and the next rumored fight will sound unbelievable because this proved something undeniable. The boundary between spectacle and competition no longer exists, and once it's gone, it doesn't return. So when the next announcement hits, don't act shocked. When another perfect record is placed in front of Jake Paul, don't hesitate because the system has already adapted. And in the next breakdown, the exact name being discussed will come out. Not the obvious one, the unexpected one they hope stays hidden until it's too late.